Welcome back to Space Haven. Now, I was looking at our crew members, and apparently only Peps has the ability to mine properly, so I think we are going to have to put one of these one-skill people higher on their... what is it called? Here, on the job priorities. Peps, you are currently prioritizing mining, and Quadrotus, you're also prioritizing mining. We only have 2 vessels anyways, so... But I think we'll put Tunefix on it as well, currently, because, yeah... Industry and botany, and this is construction. Let's take that down one. You right click to lower the priority, left click to up it. Maintenance, I think we'll put Wally on that and deprioritize on Quadrotus, even though Quadrotus is better at maintenance than Wally. But just currently, that's just how it's going to have to be. Let's just keep that there. You're going to be our navigator if we need to navigate. You're going to be operating the shields. You're going to be our operations officer. And Wally, you're going to be our gunning officer. So... we have 1 officer for each. Excellent. Thing is going on here. The apocalypse. The end didn't happen with a bang, or a fanfare, or even a nuclear fireball. It just crept up on us. It began in the 21st century. Humanity had made great strides in that century, but so much damage had already been done, and so much of it was invisible, too. When the insect population collapsed, food crops and biodiversity both suffered. Without those, ecosystems all over the globe suffered. By the time we curtailed our CO2 emissions, there were too few trees to sequester the excess. The result was hotter summers and deeper freezing winters. Species went extinct by the thousand every day, and as we squabbled over the cause and solutions, we pulled ourselves apart. Old allies became bitter rivals. Nations came apart at the seams. The great edifices that supported the internet, global trade, just-in-time delivery, and all the other things that humanity depended upon to live, they all fell apart. Starvation, disease, and war made the 22nd century even bloodier than the 20th. Humanity was always good at adapting, though. When the sun baked the land, we invented the thermal regulator. When the crops failed, we invented grow pods. We got better at recycling and at finding new energy sources. But we were always a step behind where we needed to be. Folks used to joke about the big tech firms and their slogans, "Yesterday's solution tomorrow." It's not that we destroyed the world, but we certainly made it impossible to sustain human civilization as it was. Too many places lapsed into feudal tyranny or mismanaged themselves into famine, or just plain became unlivable as the climate shifted. Through it all, we never gave up on space exploration. There were complaints, of course, that it was a waste of increasingly valuable resources, that all the money and effort could go towards actually solving the problem. Now, it seems that maybe space was the only solid investment we ever made. That's cheerful. And then we have Call Me Crazy. Entry 1. Log 1, second star to the right. So, this is HSS Call Me Crazy. Ship's log, first entry, Captain Floyd Pierce. I thought I should probably start keeping one now that we've got an actual ship that can fly. We got the hyperdrive installed today, which means we're all set to leave. Eden, here we come. Brown thinks I'm too optimistic. Just like to think, you know. things are so dark right now. Us little lights have to shine that much brighter. Yep, you too, mate. He just gave me the finger. Anyway, I mean, it was bad down there. Really bloody bad. London's basically underwater nowadays, and the week before we finally got the shuttle up to our haven, I swear I saw a body floating down the street. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that any longer. I feel bad for the poor sods we left behind, but there is only so quickly this program can work, isn't there? It's only going to get worse before it gets better, and it'll just keep getting worse unless people have somewhere to go. All the boards and social media are buzzing with this rumor? Idea? I'm not sure which, but they all imagine there's a planet out there somewhere. One that's enough like Earth that we could live there. It has to be pretty exact. Needs the right gravity, the right air, the right... lots of things. But it's a big galaxy. There's got to be a planet like that out somewhere, right? People online are calling it Eden. And I guess that's our mission. We can't keep living on these ships forever, can we? No. We need a planet. And I think we learned from Earth how to keep from messing up a new one. We were just behind the curve with Earth. Eden will be different. We just have to find it. So, that's what we're going to do. End log entry. There's 4 more, but we don't have access to those. Okay, get back to work, people. We have a mining going on here, that's good. The mining going on out here yet? No. You know, you should go clean up, Wally. Probably not a good idea for you to walk around like that, you know? And why are you standing there all the time? Can I build something that you can use to, I don't know, clean yourself up? Apparently not. Can build an arcade machine though. That'll probably be appreciated. His wall is just hanging around down there anyways. Let's just build an arcade machine. Give him something to do. Might even make him happier. This jukebox plays a huge selection of the all-time favorite human songs and lifts up the mood. Well, we probably want one of those in the kitchen, don't we? Be able to build it there. I worry that if I build it behind the chairs, they're not going to be able to get to it. You know what? Let's build it here. We have much plants going on. This is good. They're growing slowly, but steadily. You really should get yourself cleaned up though, Wally. Fires in 2 hours. Good. How are things working down here? Okay, so they're done mining that. That's good. So both of them are now mining this one. Excellent. That means we can soon start making steel plates. Speaking of which, we probably need another storage facility. No, we don't. Plenty of capacity in here. What are you carrying up there? Fertilizer or something? Let's put this thing on continuous. I believe TuneFix is among the people who can do that job, so... Wally, you're being generally quite useless. You know that? Do you have any kind of skills that could be, like, you know, industry? There you go. Getting most of the carbon back as well. Guess we could consider building one of those CO2 things. It does require that block that we only have one left of though, but we definitely do need one in. What's the temperature like in that room? 53 degrees Celsius, that's quite nice actually. Can remove that for now. And let's have a look here. We need hull blocks. Let's produce 10 of them. Not sure what that symbol means. Actually, let's not produce 10 of them. Let's produce 5 of them and 5 of the Infrablocks. Don't have any of the electronics, but I believe we can get those from down here. 0 out of 1. Okay, so we have 1. Should be enough to get us 5 of them if we have 1. I wish it would tell us if it was done salvage. There's probably quite a bit of stuff that can be salvaged down here. Can I assign someone directly to do the salvage job? What does it look like here? I would assume that that is part of mining. Take you guys off mining again. We should probably get around to getting that engine up and running. Let's nab these things before we leave the system though. This being built. We get that many crew members that we actually have to adjust the number of visible ones. Interesting. Oh, that's what it is. And we can reprioritize them as well. This reminds me very much of another game that I've played that I can't remember off the top of my head. Huh. It's a good system. Oh, settlers. I think it's the same thing in settlers when you prioritize the stockyards. Is that what it's called? Stockpiles? Probably stockpiles, not stockyards. Why is this thing red? Okay, no idea. Yes, Gizmo, life is very, very horrible. You have food, you have water. Life isn't as bad as you make it out to be. 5 steel plates. So this hyperdrive. We need 2 infrablocks. Let's remove this from the queue and see if they can make the infrablocks. We need electronics components for that. How do we make electronics components then? Facility, no. Resource. The assembler. We have that. Chemical refinery, no. Self-user, no. Electronic fabricator. Well, that would work. There's something small that we can put in here. Yeah, the water purifier. Okay, let's build an electronic fabricator in here then. And we also will require a wall power node. That's annoying. Let's just build a floor power node then. Accident? Assign. Guess we need that up before we get the electronics thing. What are you doing, Junefix, going back and forth with that crate? Oh, you randomly decided to put it in there instead. Okay, well, whatever floats your boat. Junefix, please construct that. Okay, Quadrotus then, please construct it, since Junefix obviously had an accident. Ah, red means that it needs to be repaired. Okay. Link that up to these two. I think it would be a good idea to have some light in here as well, so that's definitely on the menu. Well, there is room for a lamp there. It's probably not a good idea though, because then they can't go into the... Okay, let's build a lamp there then. In case that thing needs to be repaired. I'm probably going to complain bitterly about the fact that, oh, we can't reach that thing. Insufficient infrablocks. Okay, now I'm going to have to look at things that I've built. See if I can get some infrablocks, because like this thing, what did that cost me? I badly need those infrablocks. Walls do not require infrablocks. These things do require infrablocks. I suppose we could tear down the metal refinery because we need... Okay, you know what? We don't need all of these. Dismantle and dismantle. This space suit thing, do we need that? Depends on what it does. That gives us infrablocks as well. Dismantle it. Because infrablocks is kind of critical for us right now. Why are there blocks just standing around in the air? Hopefully it's the, you know, stop growing things. I have ordered these things to be dismantled. Okay, so it looks to be the produce that's gathering up there. Someone please dismantle that thing, you know, it's not that important to run around with the crates. And this thing, would someone please do that? Thank you. This room doesn't have oxygen. No, that room doesn't have oxygen, but I noticed that it was wearing a spacesuit when it went into the reactor. "45 degrees. Well then. That's rather warm. But that requires an infrablock, so that's a no-go. Okay, we need to put someone on doing that as well. However, everyone is busy at the moment and they're doing what they're supposed to do, so Wally is actually being useful. Who would have thought? Miracles can still happen. And then he's taking a coffee break. Well, I guess that must be expected. We've mined everything except for the ice. Come on guys, wake up. You're needed. Wally's playing Dare Dogs. And something else. Fix, Quad, Peps, and Wally. Good. They have a bedroom each. We're getting any scrap at all? I'm not sure I understand exactly how the salvage stuff works. Crew assigned to work on derelict ship will prioritize this ship over fleet ships. Okay, there's one way for me to figure this out. Draft. Enter craft. And dock. Accept. Does that make you go salvage stuff? I mean, some salvaging has been happening here because some of the walls are missing. They were not missing earlier. Right, okay. You should probably undraft the shuttle then. So that works. Do we have all we need for this thing now? Yes, we do. High construct priority, please. Did everyone just go over there? Except for Peps. Okay, well, sure. At least now I know how salvage works. I suspect the problem was that I had the shuttle still drafted even after I had docked it. So, not the fact that I sent Peps over here, but that nobody were able to access the shuttle since it was drafted. Incoming ship. Well, that's useful. Someone we can potentially trade with. That certainly took its time. Yeah, leave them here without oxygen. That's a great idea. No, they can get oxygen in this thing. That's good. Not sure how that works, but I'm not complaining. Are you able to do that job, Quad? Yes. And you can go to bed afterwards. Thank you. Now, I would like to have 10 electronics components refined, please. Bathroom time, and then go to bed, I presume. Tech Quest Inc. What does the comfort look like now? Did moving the... down here not so good, but it's actually not that bad around here. I like that it's comfortable around the grow pod. At some point in the future, let's have these in a separate area, like a docking room. That's going to be a very, very long way off. The Mass Night Mira has entered the system. Let's trade with these guys. You have absolutely nothing I need. Great. You have some very expensive stuff. And they are certainly charging enough for their fruits. Give them that. Do we have anything that we can trade away that I'm not very concerned about? Not really. Hyperfuel, I'd rather not trade that away because, well, we might need that. Now this thing is docking. Does that mean that I'm done with that ship down there? Oh, someone needs to clear out the airlock. That's the problem. And they're not doing a good job of that. Okay, this thing is too full. I'm guessing if I want to build another storage, it's going to require infrablocks, which we don't have. I don't even know how much a small storage is. This one apparently is 250, so... Another incoming ship. Maybe they have something useful we can trade. You know, like Infrablocks perhaps. Never can tell. All these making electronics. Not bad. Mass Night Mira has left the sector. Another ship should be incoming. The Android Collective. Watch someone build this thing. Peps, can you do that for me, please? It is a bit dark in here. Low power. Monster Corpse. I'm not sure why we wanted to grab that, but probably useful for something. How many infrablocks do we need for the hyperdrive? 2. Can actually build the hyperdrive now. Let's make sure we get it in the right spot. 4 on each side, so we can build another generator. And the Soleil Royal has entered the system. Haha, hello. You're selling infrablocks. I want all of them. Rest of the stuff you have, I am not convinced by that. Let's sell you a couple of food thingamajig is. Try to get this even. We have enough water. How about you take a noble metal so that I get your money? Yes? You can have some ice as well. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of this thing. Perhaps please deconstruct it. Thank you. We also need a navigation console. I think we already built that. This is the navigation console. Critical resources low, hull blocks. Yeah, sure. Anything left here? Yeah, there is plenty of stuff left here that we want. Okay, let's stop building those. We don't need those at the moment either. Interesting. And that's a big ship. Apparently with 2 hyperdrives as well. Well, I think I'll do the salvaging in between episodes, actually. Let them complete that. I will probably have to build another storage facility. Let's do that before I end the episode, because I expect this one to be temporary at best, by the way. Put it there. Building job not possible because we do not have any infrablocks. No, I'm aware of that, but that's fine. I think we're getting the infrablocks now. Thank you. And we also got the credits. So yeah, I will complete the salvage of this ship, and by the beginning of the next episode we should be ready to make a hyperjump. There might be other ships coming in here. I will refer and tell you what has happened if that happens. But until then, Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next episode.